Good evening, everyone. Another week of exciting WCS action is upon us. I hope you all are ready. William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick DeShera. The gang's back together, folks. The gang is back together. Here we go. I hope you're excited. We got a winner's side matchup in Shea Cole taking on Olivia Terry. Sean, 1 and 2 in the overall NPRs tonight. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, it should be a great battle. It should be the toughest test that Shea faces up to this point. Although I think that whoever wins this match tonight, Jillian Phillips is going to be a tough test next week. But realistically, Shea Cole could also come out and 7-0 this just because of how strong her game has been up to this point. But if there's one person that can cause her to kind of maybe slip up a little bit, maybe have a little hiccup in the evening, it's her good friend Olivia Terry.
Yeah, and there's the friendship side of things here, so they're gonna have to set that aside and go to the board with some vengeance here and hope to best each other. So I mean, tonight's matchup, yeah, it's got all the stories for it. It's the friendly matchup. It's also the heavy hitting matchup tonight. So either way this could go. Of course, you lean the slight edge towards Shea Cole just with the overall NPR compared to Olivia Terry's. But yeah, anything can happen here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hope. Otherwise, realistically on paper, Shea could make this a bit of a bloodbath if she plays her game.
Yeah, I think that it could be. I mean, if we saw what she did in the previous week, where it was, what did she throw, a 4.7 overall? That's just impressive, downright impressive when you get that kind of number thrown at you.
It's gross.
But let's go ahead. Let's get right into the tail of the tape, man. Because I mean, we're talking numbers already. Let's go ahead and do it. OT from the TO. 419 Entertainment, Gold Diggers Place, 8+ years. How about a 3.74 for her with a 60.9 win rate? That is 14 wins on 21 games played. Of course, throwing her signature Black Beauty 18-gram Super Dart barrels as well, and rocking, well, how about this splendid Super Darts jersey here in the photo? I love that.
It's amazing. It also is a jersey that actually says Shea on it. It just like looks like it says Shea, which is really funny. I think Shea pointed it out to me earlier today. But listen, fan favorite, one of our favorite human beings in the entire world is OT from the TO. Whether she's competing, whether she's just being herself, she is phenomenal on the dartboard. Her timing is going to have to be perfect tonight. She's going to have to time those out shots. Any opportunity she gets, she's going to have to take from Shea, because when we head over to Shea Cole, she's been an absolute beast, man.
Yeah, go ahead and rattle them off.
Yeah, so nickname
to pick.
Sean's supposed to pick Shea Cole, playing for Rosemary Coin. Location is Magoo's. By the way, if you don't think that nickname is now, Sean is supposed to pick Shea Cole, and that's you got something else coming. Years playing 20+. The average coming into this is a 4.58 MPR. That is massive. I don't care who you are. I don't care what gender you are. That is a massive, massive average. 83.5 or 83.3% win rate, and he's throwing those booyah Shea Cole 18-gram darts. Playing out of Magoo's. It's her home place. She's going to be really comfortable there. She has 6.9 marks heading into this, 24.7 marks, 21.5 marks, and 16 games played total. So she's only played an average of 8 games per match, Will.
Yeah, it's down the 4.58. Come on now. That's just
gross.
Nasty. I'll go ahead and throw one at you. The Blonde Bliss here. I like the Blonde Bliss for Shea Cole. I'll give you one there. How about that? Hope you go with it, Shea.
That's one way to just steal something I'm supposed to give her, but that's all right. Well, you can just give me that idea, but that's fine.
It only took you how many years? It only took you
a year
to try to.
A great nickname. How about we go with that?
To try to come up with one, so I put my best foot forward and tried to give you one, and now you're not liking it. Okay, whatever.
I mean, I like it. All right. Well, if you've never watched before, let's go over that format-specific rules of this women's singles challenger series. Double elimination style tournament. You said it at the beginning, my friend. This is a top four matchup on the winner side. The winner gets Jillian Phillips in the queen seat. The players play a race to 7, best of 13 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up to start the match. Is what you're seeing right here. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. And if either team is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until that deficit is reduced to 2 legs. That is that PPD player advantage rule. And if we go the distance
and we go for speed,
the players will cork for start in that last leg decider. It looks like they're double diddling.
Yes, they are. Who's going to get the start here in this one? I'm going to go with leaning towards Shea Cole here. We'll see if she can keep it in the 20 bed. Uh-oh. Yeah, she does. Shea Cole will get the start. As we are ready for action here tonight, folks. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Welcome once again to Partners Promoting Darts Women's Challenger Series. Of course, get involved today. DartsTOC.com is where you want to go. Let's get underway with the action. Shea Cole to start us off.
Yeah, and we'll see how Shea starts off these legs that she gets to go first. Big 5 mark opening, and we talk about this, the give and take of going first. You have to start off. A 5 mark is that B plus range. You want to at least get the close and at least a mark, or at least a 20 on the board at the very least. But OT wild on that first round.
Yeah, just a little bit here. I said you got to give the slight edge towards Shea. I'm going to go 7-4, 7-3 in this matchup tonight. I think that's where we'll end up, leaning towards Shea, of course. But we'll see. I mean, the first leg is no true story of the match. They got to both find some success. It may not be in that first leg, but it'll be in the next leg or two, I guarantee you.
Yeah, definitely early. Maybe some nerves from OT. Shea is always nervous. I don't care what the score line or what the stats tell you ahead of time. What she truly believes she can do in her game. She's always going to be nervous heading into this, especially when she's playing a friend like OT. But that'll calm those nerves down just a little bit. 5.0 here in leg number 1. Already got the 20s through 17s closed, Will.
Yeah, impressive start for Shea. So OT is going to have to just pick up the pace a little bit. But as I said, it'll come. It's just a matter of when it does. But, hey, we'll just get into it real quick. Some exciting action this past weekend, that's for sure. The state of darts in North America is really strong right now, and that was evident there in New York. I hope you guys watched along and enjoyed the action because, man, it was just exciting being there in person. All right. OT.
Yeah, nice little hat trick there. But Shea should go attack it as well, right?
I mean, she's going to go right after this. She's got all the wedges. Why not?
And then she gets it in 2. A 5.14, Will. And to pick up where you left off there, yeah, I mean, what an incredible atmosphere at MSG. The growth of the game, you can just see every year going to the Garden. You can hear it, you can feel it. It's palpable. I walked out into the atrium just to get some like fan interview stuff and like that. I was out there 10 minutes and got more than enough to cover the entire rest of the evening, which is how insane it was out there. So yeah, well done to everybody and exciting stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, no doubt at that in that mindset. I mean, how many big events do we see coming our way here in the next couple years? That's the question. But these two wonderful ladies, of course, Shea starting off strong. Yeah, that 5.14. It just goes to show you Shea's going to be lighting some fireworks tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it's on that path. However, OT firing out here early in leg number 2. I think that this is going to be more of a battle than the last time these ladies played. I think that this is going to be more than a battle than it has been previously, and it's just because I know OT is more up to the task here of staying with Shea, and again, timing, right? Like Olivia, OT cannot lose this leg now. Like if she loses a leg like this, where she's already up this far, like in the leg, that's where the issues are going to occur.
It's demoralizing, is what that would be. Yeah,
and she can't make the mistakes today that normally, even at a 3.74 NPR, she'd definitely be able to make. Because I don't think Shea's going to come down very much, so I think OT is going to have to pick it up, and I think that she absolutely can. We've seen it. We've seen her do that in many events, and I could see this being like a 7-5, 7-6, where it's just real scrappy. And that's exactly what I'm hoping for tonight, my friend.
Shea does go ahead and close the 16s, points a little bit, but Olivia will be quick to attack. Just needing the single number. There it goes. On to the 15s. Yeah, hammer down, OT. She's going to try to return this 5+ right back to Shea.
Yep, OT going to take leg number 2. A little leaner there. You know what? Let's talk about this. OT is not one for having people in that room behind her, Will. She has a lot of people in that room behind her tonight.
Yeah, especially for the space given. I mean, at least that what we see in our from our view. She's got a few there cheering her on or watching along.
Well, usually it's like 1 or 2, and she'll kick those people out if things start to go south quickly. But not in this case. 4.20 from OT from the TO, and 1-1.
So we'll convert back to Shea, per usual, for our WCS format. Of course, a reminder, race to 7, as mentioned. Quick break after 5. Of course, you guys know this already. Come on, you've been here, you've done that, and if you haven't, where the heck have you been?
Pop Stewart in the chat saying, "Let's go, ladies."
Man, I think he earned a whole new perspective for the dart world after seeing darts on Peacock this past weekend.
How cool is that?
Just having access to it and being able to click on it, he finally realized like what it's all about, and the crowd roaring. He was like, "Okay, this is a little nuts." Yeah. Welcome to darts.
It's something else, and a lot of. I watched the online lounge today, and he was asking Phil, it looked good on TV, but like, how does it translate while you're there? Deafening. It is a deafening noise. It is. There are moments where you and I actually just looked at each other in like awe of how insanely loud it was in that place.
The players weren't joking when they said this matches a PDC Premier League night. Like this matches that, if not better. And the bull hitter said it too. This is the best atmosphere we've ever been to. I said, really? And they said, no, we're not joking. This is the best atmosphere. I said, okay, boys. All right. I like what I hear. Big stuff from Olivia Terrier. She hammers in a big 6 mark on those 18s.
Let me ask you, what do you think of this? Because this was brought up today on the live lounge. The World Cup of darts coming to MSG at the theater.
Woo, that would be killer. I said, I asked Luke Humphreys, I said, how long until we see a major here? And he said, honestly, 2-3 years, maybe 5 max. Exactly what I anticipated him saying. Whether that's the World Cup, whether that's a different one, who knows? But oof, right. I'm looking forward to it. Shea, take the stab here. Go ahead and get rid of it. Yep, does it dart number 2? How about some more points? No, she elects for the 17s. I figured definitely points there.
And dangerous because OT loves those 17s.
Yeah, she does. She fancies them.
Typically. Gets away with it, though, does Shea Cole. So 50-point lead. I can see her just rolling here. 17s, and then she hits the trip, so let's move on. 15s or 16s. Shea is one that when she gets out in front, she just wants to close it out quickly.
Yeah, get it done and dusted. She wants that leg over and out.
And as you can see, she continues to be aggressive going to the next number.
Sorry, I went full trucker mode there. Over and out. 10-4, trucker, 10-4.
Well, that's a big 10-4 there, good buddy.
Over.
Oh, my gosh, Nick. Just keep quiet. Just keep quiet.
Well, boom goes the dynamite there for OT from the TO, and she times the corners perfectly and gave a little arrow. Yeah.
You see the Travis Kelce move there? That was fancy. I like it. Her second white horse of the or second 9 mark of the season. The first one was a white horse.
Do you remember when that was like banned in the NFL for a few years? Like that was the terrible celebration that you could do, was pretending to shoot an arrow.
Yeah. It's the system's kind of crazy. You get rid of one team name, but you still got the Chiefs, the Braves, and you know what? Come on now.
And my old address is still on Redskins Avenue, you know? Like, what can you do?
Good 7 from Shea.
I don't know if you guys touch on this, but I just realized that Shea's wearing a custom WCS jersey on the back that has like the current season's logo and everything. I just saw that. I was like, oh, that's actually cool. I was like, wait, when do we release this? And I realized that we didn't. That's really cool to see her representing that way.
Yeah, she got it custom made for her from her sponsors, I believe.
Yeah, and she talks about wearing her booyah or her WCS jersey. That's what she wore a couple weeks ago. It's funny the things that we notice one time that we didn't notice the first time. And yeah, she definitely wore that same jersey week 2 that we had her on stream. Have we had Shea on stream this year? Yeah,
we've had her on previously.
Okay, good. Whew. I was like, I'm going insane, aren't I?
I'm sure we have. If we haven't, I'm just mistaking her for last season.
She has not been on this season yet.
Okay, so then we just mistaken her for last season. There we go. Sweet.
Awesome.
It just
she
shows
did
you
tell
how
me
much
that she was wearing that jersey. I knew it existed. How about that?
It just goes to show you how much we do this now, folks. We can't even keep straight on what season is which. I mean, Shea's no stranger to the stream, though. Let's just say that she's been on frequently. She's a frequent flyer by now. She's got her miles.
All right, Shea looking like she's going to get the job done here in this leg. Brandon Neal with the comment. So let me ask you this question, Will. Would you rather go to the dentist and get a filling put in, or interview Matt Campbell for 10 minutes?
Interview Matt. I think it's absolutely hilarious to interview Matt because you never know what he's going to return to you. And it's kind of intimidating, to be honest, because you think he's going to explode, but he's just going to give you a cocky answer back.
It's difficult because the way that he chooses to answer questions makes him come across a certain way. And if the if the UK audience knew how much Matt really liked the dry humor, sense of humor aspect of his life, they would love those interviews as much as we do, because they really are funny. Right before it starts, he'll be like, he got introduced to someone new who was there, who was also named Matt. And so he's like, oh, all right, cool. You're going first in his winner's interview. Like, cause his name was Matt. Like that's why he picked it.
Just skip the whole system that's been working the whole time and ruin it. Yeah. Or what he did to you and David. No, I'm standing for this one. You guys move your tripod, and he immediately sits down. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he tried to do that again to me night 2, by the way, in the middle of the North American Championship. And I go, yeah, I'm not falling for that this time. And he just laughed and sat down.
All right, Shea needing 3 here. Looking impressive with a 4+. This is right in line with our pretty much totals for the season right now. 4.42, 3.75. It's total 4.58 and a 3.74. But she'll settle for a 4.31.
Yeah, that is a good juxtaposition on how the stats have been.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. I guess it was time to rehydrate.
Oh, someone sprint away?
No, we had a 3-fer on the old 1-ouncers there. A 3-fer on the old 1-ouncers.
Chat, to translate Will Stewart's Kansasism, they did a shot.
Triple fist? They did a triple fist?
Well, I wasn't trying to say shot, but I guess since you said it, they did 3 shots. There we go.
They did a 3-fer of 1-ouncers, guys.
Listen.
3-fer 1-ouncers.
They throw 3 shots every time they throw darts. So they're just doing dart stuff. That's all they're doing. 3 shots. That's just how darts works. You know? You get 3 shots. That's how it starts. Maybe that's how the game became associated with drinking in pubs, because people are like, all right, you get 3 shots, and they just went up to the bar and grabbed 3 shots. And they're like, no, now play. And then that guy was better. Maybe that's how that worked.
Good 4-mark opener for Terry. See if Shea can counter. Place it right on top of it. You know, literally right on top of it is what she did. I thought it was going to be a little bit further up front and get that triple, but it works.
All right, so OT started off, but that slip up there in round number 2, just allowing Shea to get right back into it. And luckily, that's not going to happen. You can see Ronnie back there watching along, and he looks very focused, almost coach-like in his watching duties tonight.
That's the hardest part when you're a significant other, is trying not to coach or get involved by any means. Just sit there and duct tape your mouth shut, because anything you say can go against you at the end of the evening.
Steve says, check out the name on the back of the Yo jersey, meaning the OT's jersey. All right, now we're going to do that.
Yeah, what is it, Dart Addicts? Oh, jersey. I was looking at Shea's. Whoopsies.
It's all right. We'll see if we can see it. Maybe not. No, I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, we ain't seeing it.
Impossible. No, hey, Steve, can you just let us know what it says?
What?
Sky's in the chat saying, watch the National Darts Day video. Love it. So let's bring that up, right? Nick and Will, you guys were great yesterday on the call. It looked like it was an absolute blast. It looked like it was challenging. What was the most fun, Nick, out of the 4 different challenges? What did you enjoy the most there?
Well, it's hard to pick just one. I will say the most impressive thing was the fact that we said, okay, up to 100 bullseyes, we'll donate $50 a bullseye for $5,000 donation, because we didn't know how many the pros were going to hit this first year in that charity exhibition for the round robin and finals. The total number was like 430. We weren't even close. So now knowing I can add a game of cricket in there, but no, it was really fun to have all those pros in the room. I'd say my favorite moment was honestly watching the triumph of the 16-foot bullseye, because I when I attempted that record, I filmed it like the day, but it was like 2 days before the event, my own attempts at this to like have those explainer videos, and I was so dead certain beforehand. I was like, oh, it's not that hard, and then I felt myself doing it. I was like, oh, that's really hard, and I was like to the point where like I almost like last thing I was like, do we need to cancel this? Do we need to change something about this? And we're like, yeah, let's see what happens. And it added like almost moment of humility between the pros, where it's like we're all just chucking them. Casey's throwing like a baseball over here. Like, what's happening? And then
we talk about that pitching form for a second.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
that
great.
was pretty impressive. Like, even like bringing the leg up as far as she did. Like, and then that one round, she got like that tight grouping there in the board. None of them were in the bowl, but it was like pretty impressive. And then everyone kind of just took over that strategy, and it worked out pretty nicely.
And I will say, probably my other favorite moment of the night I can't talk about yet, but it's just the last 3 darts of how that charity exhibition ended, because the live crash that's going to be actually uploaded tomorrow. We're going to re-upload the full show with higher resolution because the bar's internet had it streaming at low resolution. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow, guys, and you'll be able to see exactly just how Bob McCoy got that title, because that graphic's already been posted. That's not a spoiler. But it was intense. So just a great day celebrating darts, and to have the U.S. Masters right into National Darts Day, it just really felt like it was a lot about just loving the game, and there was a lot to love about the game, especially with how our boys did over in New York as well. And it was a lot of Will and I just yelling at random stuff happening. And what's wrong with that? Like, you should have seen him and I's reaction when his record got beaten.
Oh, I saw.
That's the biggest load of shit ever, too. Oh, did I say that? Whoops. Did I say that? Because there's been 10 attempts before Mike Maloney's, and nobody's going to see him. Nobody. It's garbage.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. That's probably for the best for me. Glad I filmed it.
I apologize, everybody.
Glad I sweat that day. But yeah, it's best that we can just tell everyone Casey still beat my time, and we can just go from there. Right,
also here, just because of Will's reaction there, my true favorite moment was when Casey Rader came up to me and said, hey, I'm really worried about breaking my darts for the 60-foot bullseye. I brought these spares, and they were Will Stewart darts. And I was like, so you're comfortable checking these? Like, yeah, I tried to sell them and no one would buy them, so I might as well use them for this.
Wow. All righty. Olivia Terry trying to put this leg away. Needs one bowl to do so.
And it's do-si-do. We are at I can't call it that. That won't work.
Yeah,
rodeo. We'll go with rodeo. The dancing part of the rodeo, whatever you might call that. That's not what I'm going to call that here, because I don't think that's how I would refer to any of these wonderful, wonderful ladies that are playing in this.
Well, here we go. Last leg before the break. Who's going to have the advantage here? Shea Cole getting the start. Got to give her the subtle nudge. But she almost needs to collect on a triple here and does not. Open door for Olivia to close out these 20s if she wants to.
And there's an opening. And this is exactly what we talked about, capitalizing on these chances. Nope. Not that time. I like how Casey's in the chat just doubling down on you here, Will.
Yeah, Casey, I don't appreciate it one bit. I really don't appreciate it.
I do want to shout out Casey as she thanked me for not throwing her under the bus on the live stream yesterday, except for the part where I did, and she must not have watched that part, and then doing it again today. So yeah, sorry, Casey.
No,
thanks for tuning in.
And Casey, don't worry. Your quirky little jog or skip or whatever the heck that was is going to be in a short here soon because of that exact reason.
It's like a frightened deer. It was awesome.
I don't know what that was, but it was atrocious.
A prance.
My guy.
It's a prance.
It looked like a trot.
That's where Prancer comes from. It's like a reindeer move.
Welcome to the WCS, where we spend our time making fun of other women's runs.
We're not making fun of anything. I wish I could move at that type of a click.
Make fun of my
I'm
darts.
faster
I'm
than
make
Will.
fun of you. That's a lie. I felt bad for you. All righty. Shea closes the door on those 18s. Olivia, needing the 17s here, needs to find at least a 7, and it ain't going to happen here.
Yeah, Shea. Again, this is how much different would this leg be if Shea started off with that 2 mark and Olivia fired in a 7? You know, it just allowed Shea to continue just to run through this leg, and now there's not even a challenge here.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Olivia had an opportunity to take advantage here, potentially steal this leg away, and it's now looking more likely that Shea is going to close the door for a 3-2 advantage going into break. She's going to reset here. I figured she may take a stab at the bowls myself, but on that last dart at least, just to kind of counteract those 2 darts being where they were.
Yeah, and again, it's still kind of close minus the wedges. Like the points are still right there, 44 difference. Now it's a lot more than that. Now it's 95 point difference. And now the 15s are gone, so now it's not close at all anymore. So I'm just going to shut up and let Shea just win this leg. All right.
Yeah, she's going to. She's
good call.
At this point, she may be able to close her eyes a few rounds and get it still, but
let's talk. Let's say this real quick, Will. More competitive than on paper what we initially thought it would be.
No, I think that I guess I can't really say that. I was going to say that I figured it could be neck and neck like most of our matches is, but I can't really say that. Sometimes it does get kind of some distance in the earlier stages. But yeah, for these 2 ladies, you figure the close, tight affair at the beginning. Do we see the 2-leg advantage right after break? Because we usually say 7, 8, 9. Well, in this case, 5, 6, 7 are your kind of biggest legs.
You're exactly right. And this 5th leg is going to go to Shea. So as they head into the break, what's going to happen from that. And so we'll see.
I will go ahead and say a little bit less of an average than we anticipated here. Right now, Shea at 3.67, 3.20 for OT. So those averages are a little bit down, but
friends playing friends, man.
Exactly. Just the start of this one as well. So, folks, we got some great interviews with our players brought to you by Nick DeShera. So we'll get into that one as you don't want to go anywhere, folks. We're going to watch a barn burner here when we return. We'll be right back.
Joined here by Shea Cole for Season 4 of the WCS. Shea, it's a pleasure to have you back on here. What bar are you playing out of and what vendor are you playing for?
I am playing out of Magoo Sports Spirits in Myrtle Beach, and my vendor is Rosemary Coin.
Well, Shea, it's an absolute pleasure to see our returning champion make the main stage once again. Talk to us about how it feels being the champion of the WCS currently.
It was great winning it last season. It meant a lot to me to finally overcome the hump. To beat Olivia was a little, but just excited to be back here again. There's a bunch of fantastic women this season, and I'm just excited.
And of course, Olivia Terry is one of those fantastic women you got a chance to play last season. And what was the drama-filled about with the hype up of the matchup and, of course, your guys' friendship? Talk to us a little bit about how you're going to approach this matchup with Olivia.
Not really chatted as much. She's got a lot going on. I've had that going on. So we've kind of just been doing our own thing. I'll warm up with I'll wish her the best of luck, but we'll just go about our business as a daily, normal day.
I love that. And of course, what's your expectations going into the rest of this season as well? Are you going to be trying to go for back-to-back titles? Where do you think you're going to finish up?
I'm not really trying to think about the back-to-back. I'm just trying to learn to go into every game and just find the love of it again, enjoy it. Love playing new players that I didn't get to play maybe last season. And just really trying to fall back in love with the game and just enjoying it match by match.
Is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
I would love to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Magoo Sports and Spirits, Dart Addicts, The Village. I would also love to give a shout out to all of my friends and family who are mourning the loss of our friend T and Julie Weeger. And to all my friends, family, and everybody that watches me week in and week out, I greatly appreciate it.
Well, Shea, we're excited to see you back on here, the main stage of the WCS. Going up against your good friend and competitor, Olivia Terry. All we can do is wish you nothing but the best of luck.
My name is Shea Cole, and you are watching the WCS.
Get ready for summer with our June Dart of the Month, featuring the 180 Lawrence Ilagan Gunner Dart Series for 15% off all month long. Ilagan is one of the biggest pros in Asia, representing the Philippines with 8 World Darts Championship appearances and an unforgettable PDC career. Each of the Gunner's darts are specially crafted to fit his signature grip and play style, so you can relive his success with every dart you throw. Choose your favorite barrel from a variety of eye-catching colors like gold, rose gold, rainbow, and jade green. You can also get a chance to win your color choice of a 180 Shard Mini Wallet Dart case in red, orange, blue, or purple with our monthly raffle. Just purchase our June Dart of the Month special and that's it. You're automatically entered into our giveaway. The raffle ends July 1st, so head on over to our website to enter today. You won't want to miss out on this sweet deal. Tap the banner on our homepage at a2zdarts.com to shop the Dart of the Month. And don't worry, we ship internationally. Best of luck to everyone.
Joined here by Olivia Terry for the WCS. Olivia, it's a pleasure to have you back on our show here. Can you tell us what bar you're playing out of and what vendor you play for?
I'm playing out of Gold Diggers out of Toledo, Ohio, and I play for 419 Darts.
Well, last time we saw you, it was an intense battle against Meredith McGee, but you pretty much had control of it for most of the time there. Talk us through what you were feeling and how that match felt on your end.
I already knew going into the match, Meredith is a great competitor. She's been playing for 30 plus years. And, you know, I just knew I had to come out. Basically, in the first couple games, I had to come out playing strong, try to find myself a little bit, get in my groove, and just play relaxed. But like I said, Meredith, she's a phenomenal player, and she played great. She played great, but you know, I just felt like that night everything was just flowing for me.
And last season, you had a couple run-ins with Shea Cole there. Talk to us a little bit about your approach going into it this time, considering how much hype and build-up and everything there was last time you guys played.
You know what? I'm going to put it out there. Shea's my kryptonite because when I played her last year, it was in the winter, my furnace went out, okay? So that day, that Monday, my furnace went out. I was cold. She texted me, "Are you okay?" Blah, blah, blah. So I'm all rattled. Today, so I really think Shea is trying to get in my head from far away from South Carolina. But today it's not going to get me because I went to Walmart, bought a fan. I'm ready to go. I cooled off. So, no, I'm really excited to play Shea. That's my home girl. We talk every day. So, you know, we're competitors at the line, but best friends off the line. She's going to be tough, but it's going to be fun.
And where's your expectation this season of where you think you're going to finish up? You know, having good success so far on the winner side of the bracket.
You know what? There's so many good ladies in this bracket still. I really don't have any high expectations. I'm going to just take it a game at a time. Actually, you know, literally a game at a time. You know, 1 game, 2 games. And see what happens. You know, I'm finally loving darts again. Getting that groove that, you know, you play so much and it's just not fun. But now I feel a lot better. I'm energetic. I'm warming up with some good people from my hometown, so I appreciate them. So, no expectation, just go out there and have fun and just beat up it.
And is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
I want to say Mushroom Crew, Carolina. I love you guys. Shout out to my sponsor, 419 Entertainment, for allowing me to play at his vendor, all his boards. I appreciate him. Shout out to Dappy's Thirsty Dogs in Toledo, Ohio. Shout out to GMD, and shout out to Super Darks. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love every one of y'all.
Well, we appreciate you being back on our show here, Olivia, and I'm looking forward to seeing you play against Shea tonight, what should be a very fantastic bout. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Hey, I'm Olivia. You're watching the WCS. Let's go.
Welcome back. Here we go, folks. We got a 3-2 scoreline in favor of Shea Cole. And let's see how this ends up. A race to 7. Who's going to come out on top? Olivia Terry starts off with some heat.
The maximum amount of heat. Boom goes the dynamite.
Come on. As she dang near takes out the dartboard as well.
That is her style. Get some high fives in the background as we switch on over to Shea. Going to try and throw in a 9er of her own. Oh.
Still
Technically did get a 9 on the last dart.
Still some great darts here as we get underway with the action after break. What did you think of those interviews, folks? I'm glad to see that Nick took care of those, unlike Will did last week. Unfortunately, whoopsies. But hey, here we go. Good job, Nick.
Yeah, good job, Nick. I would have liked to have enjoyed them.
Listen. I first off, I just want to say thanks, Will, for filling in as I could not make it last week. It's the first time I've ever missed a WCS episode, so I really appreciate you stepping up. And B, I already told the ladies that, like, hey, sorry, there might not be interviews. It's because Will hates you, and so they understood. They were very appreciative of the honesty.
And he's not joking. He actually did say that, and
they weren't happy about that.
That's terrible, man. Come on, you put me on the spot like that, and you knew I had stuff that I was doing. All right, but back to this great match. Here we go. Olivia Terry out in front here in this one. She's got the 20s to her way and the 18s as well. Looking to stomp her foot on the ground. She may go ahead and attack this. Yeah, attack the 17s. You said Meredith 7-2 over Caitlin?
Yep.
All righty. There you go.
And again, Jillian Phillips, who is in our chat right here, is awaiting the winner of this for the queen seat.
Yeah, I mean, Jillian Phillips, she played great against Taylor Thaxton, and we gave both the kind of I gave the slight edge towards Taylor, but yeah, I mean, Jillian proved me wrong, man, and she proved us wrong with some authority, and I'm really looking forward to next week's matchup, seeing her in the mix.
Yeah, me too, and I was happy to see her perform at that level because, again, on paper, she should have probably been the favorite. If you exclude what just happened 2 weeks prior to that at Bullshooter, but it's hard to exclude that, right? So, so it makes perfect sense where on paper that was the case. Also, one of your first times really or one of Ryan Mooneyham's first time seeing Jillian up close, and so in that case, he just picked his familiar pick there. But yeah, I did pick Jillian. And it's because on paper, again, she had been performing at such a high level, and then she just kicked it into another gear last Monday, and it was really cool to see that.
It just goes to show you can't always, go with the on paper stats here. You got to go with maybe who has the hot hand. And look at Olivia right now, 4.86 to a 4.33. This could be the kick Olivia needs right now.
I mean, if you told Olivia it'd be 3-3 at this point in this match, she would take it.
And she's down by a whole half a point right now. I mean, 3.85 to Shea, 3.36 to OT. So yeah, the averages don't always factor into the win. We see it on the PDC all the time. We see it on those WF circuits. We see it on of course, TOC events as well as here in these ones. Sometimes that average doesn't always factor towards that win. So I hope this just goes back and forth the rest of the way.
Yeah, in this case, what's happening with that average, right? And this is where averages tell a story, but don't tell the whole story, is that Shea is dominating her throw. And OT is not even able to really put in any scoring power whatsoever. So she's only throwing like a 2.5 to a 3 in those legs. And then in her own throws, she's able to jump out early and control those legs. And she's throwing a 4.5 to a 5 in those ones. Like you're seeing right here. Again, another moment. Boom goes the dynamite, though, for the first time for Shea. And I mean, Shea continues to just dominate her own throw.
You hit the nail on the head, man. I mean, you exactly said it. The legs that, I guess you could say it kind of both sides here. Shea's winning with authority, and then when OT's winning her leg, she's kind of winning as well. I mean, you got OT 4.2 to a 3.0, 3.1 to a 2.22, and then really that last week was the close one here at a 4.86 and a 4.33. But yeah, towards Shea, 5.14 to 2.25, 4.31 to 3.23, and then the 4.08 to 2.50. Just right on the head is what you hit it. So here we go. Let's see if OT can stomp her foot in, and it's going to be another one of those legs. The Shea's got a 6.0 right now, rolling into the 16s to close them.
Yeah, and we do need to get a streaming package in for the Utahns,
I think that list. I think they just reach out and see what kind of agreement can be made to make that happen. I know the PPD is putting in as many locations as they can for camera packages, doing the best they can to showcase not only our Challenger Series, but also the PPD Nationals, as well as the All-Star Triples events too. So there's dual benefits. It doesn't have to be just for the select few that get involved in the CSCs and the WCSs.
And Shea destroys that one. 5.20 from Shea Cole in leg number 7. So Shea now 3 legs away from the victory here. OT has to continue to hold her throw. I know that is real John Madden-esque to say, but with how dominant Shea has been on her own throw, I don't really see OT being able to do a lot. But OT's doing this right now. Another great start.
You can't say John Madden anymore. I mean, you just can't do that. You got to go. I know that's Matt Campbell-esque of me. Keep it darts orientated.
I love him so much.
It's so great. It's so great. What was the one that Dan asked him? It was, well, you're the first one to go back to back. How does that feel? Well, yeah, I was the first one to win it last year. First one to win it last year. I guess I won back to back. Just what? Okay, I guess that's what that means. Big 18 there for Shea. Can she stomp her foot in for another? She can. Good 7 mark there. Now, will that force Olivia to kind of pop another triple on the 20 before she takes a look? She goes 19 instead. Either way you think of it, she'll take a look now. No, she stays for a big 7. Here we go.
Yeah, again, OT continues to just play phenomenally on her own throw. It's been impressive, and Shea now starting to move around a little bit, and maybe OT can't just go close. She still can right now, but she's not.
I think.
Look, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this isn't a bad strategy at all. Just hammer some points when you need to and keep yourself in the mix. She knows she's got to hold her throw here. Mm-hmm. She knows what she's going up against. I think she realizes exactly the statement you said, that when Shea's making it count on her throw, Olivia's trying to make it count on her throw.
And so far, they're doing a great job of that both ways.
Little maintenance happening.
Yeah, and Shea has 10 seconds. But
that's when you let Ronnie do one.
And that's when you just...
That's fine. I think that in this circumstance, OT's fine with it. We're okay. I'm okay with it. If somebody's got a supply issue, come on now. We're on the same boat.
Yeah, I honestly, like in that situation, and I'm not just saying this out loud, like I would do this. If I could see my opponent in the screen, like struggling to like get something like figured out dart wise, because that's not their problem. And even if it goes to timeout, I'm not throwing a dart. I'll just let it time right back out, like on myself, and just go right back to them. Like
you can see.
Yeah,
sorry, Shea is texting right now to let her know what's going on.
Yeah, and OT is going to be completely fine with it.
Yeah.
But now she's only got 4 seconds, so she didn't give herself a lot of time to prepare. Ooh, just gets it off. And let's talk about the timer here, Will, because I don't think everyone that's watching along with us understands that it does not just skip that one throw. It skips your entire turn.
Yeah. Yeah, and OT's not going to want to take the win like that. We know her mentality has been the same since she was a basketball player at Toledo.
Earn it.
Back in the day. And what a shooter she was back in the day, my guy.
I can't imagine.
Dude, you talk about solid. Just look up those stats sometime. It's pretty good.
Now I'm just curious to look up stats on her now. Why'd you have to do that to me in the middle of the match? I'm not going to. I'm going to wait till it's over. But I'm now excited. You know me, stats. That's the word you just have to say to me.
You know, just that kind of guy.
I mean, you saw me just sit up there in that balcony at MSG on Saturday night, just keeping stats. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, look at this from Shea.
Shea Cole. Boom goes the dynamite.
Ties us up on nines. Yeah, ties us up on nines for the evening, 2 apiece. Is this where we see a 2-leg spread? Or I like that. I like it from Olivia. Force Shea to hit. Granted, it can easily be done. It's a 4 mark. Oh, look at Shea. She took the smart play. She went at the 16s instead. She didn't get suckered into it.
Mm-hmm. And now this is pressure on OT. Started off without it. Has not had a whole bunch of it on her throw. And what a dart. What a dart, Will.
I honestly figured she was going to stay for one more on the triple. Knowing she had the hefty wedge, I figured she's going to stay for one more. She instead opted for the ladder, and look at her go, man. She's saying, no, I need 4-4.
2 at the 21 at the 15. Again, most likely the case here, but you still got to stick that last dart. Oh, she's gonna herself another opportunity.
Phenomenal leg,
Big
Sean.
darts.
Look at this.
Look at the averages. This is Division I, high quality Division I leg right here.
And Olivia makes the points matter here. 606 to 493. What was 493? And yeah, she's free to go at these 15s. Hammer down. Get your 4th.
But OT, even with the 666, has been masterful on being able to handle not only handle the pressure, but handle it so effectively and just shut it down. Now, here's the beauty of this format, Will. They will diddle for start if it goes to a last leg decider. So this can continue just to go this way until 6-6. And then OT might win the diddle and not have to go second in that final leg. You know, like, yeah.
It's the beauty of this format, isn't it? It's the beauty of the last leg diddle here as OT gets it done. Look at that, 47050. That's nasty, man.
All right. Shea's started off strong, and she does the exact same thing already. Would like to add another treble at least. Okay, 4 mark is something that OT can steal right away. A 7 will do that. Nope, not that 7.
She counters. She
Yeah.
does counter. Lays in 2 big triples.
And again, just how masterful they are on their own throw. Absolutely incredible. Can OT keep that pressure on? Oh, needed a triple there to take the shot.
Yeah, but just 3 fats. It'll work to get her at the 114 margin, but a triple could give Shea the look. She's going to look at it.
Usually has been hitting those every time that she's shot at it.
Okay, here's the question now. Does she waste a dart at it or not? Nope, I didn't think so, especially with the needing 2 to close. I figured she's going to stay for at least 1 more and make it count. Now she's got this 112 mark advantage. Olivia really needed that second triple there. And now you see the spread. So I think if I can't, does Shea go ahead and close these 19s early?
I think so.
Oh,
but I think that I'd be wrong. Well, there they go. But an 8 mark.
I honestly I thought I was going to see dart 2 go into that way, and that's why it kind of confused me. But hey, she made it count with a big triple on that second, and just kind of reassuring that it's going to. Well, it looks like it's going to go her way early in this one. A stand can be had on these 17s, 16s, or 15s, though. We've seen it before on those outer wedges. I love one of those filthy comebacks on the 16s that you just don't see coming.
Yeah, and if there's someone that can do that in a real way, OT has shown time and time again those corners have been her friends. That's where one of her 9 marks has been tonight on the 16s.
Man, she's a scrapper. She's a fighter, man. And usually when she hits one big in this meaningful stage, she's going to let you know. She's going to roar. That whole bar is going to hear it.
Well, there's 2 types of dart players that can take out powerhouses, like a Shea Cole, that can beat them. As we get a white horse from Shea. Boom goes the dynamite. She has 3 this evening, the last 3. OT has 2. OT coming in tonight only had 2 in this entire WCS. Shea had only 6. So they are firing on all cylinders right now, especially Shea on her own throw. A 5.86 here, Will. And a 5.74 gets it done for Shea. As we head to leg number 10, 5-4 score line. OT, the pressure's back on OT to start off strong here.
Sean, in their interviews, they had they both individually brought this point. It wasn't in the question sheet by any means, but they both mentioned that they were trying to fall back in love with the game, right? Kind of, we knew that a little bit with OT, considering where her mentality was at towards the end of last season, and then waiting for that excitement for the summer. What do you have to say to something like that when a player's trying to fall back in love, especially when we're talking about high caliber females here?
I mean, if you don't have a passion for it, if you aren't loving every second that you're doing it, it's hard to sit there and practice. It's hard to sit there and work to get better. It's hard to not see this more as a chore, as we see a big 9 right back from OT. Boom goes the dynamite. Wow. I mean, and I can get it. Shea lost her father, and her father was a major part of her life when it came to darts. And it'd be the same way I would imagine like I would feel about golf if my dad passed away. So where it's hard to, if there was someone in your life that got you into it and that's why you've always been excited about it, it's hard to continue to find that excitement when that person's gone. So I love that Shea's coming back in and trying to find that passion again. And for OT again, man, she is at her best when she has a great time playing darts, hands down. You can tell OT is on when she's dancing, when she's messing around off the Aki. You can tell when a player's relaxed and loose, and OT has been playing with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder for the last little bit. And so, yeah, it'd be really nice to see both these ladies playing back at their free love of dart self, because that is this is just a taste of what that could be.
Dude, this is impressive.
Yeah.
OT just stomped on the throttle, didn't she? 6.0, 4.67 from Shea. She's got to find some ground here.
And again, another chalk on throw leg. We have not had one break a throw. And we've not really had one push to break a throw, really. Even when we have had like pressure put on the person going first has handled it immensely, just like that right there. And there's a roar from OT.
I mean, you were going to start to see it, especially when it matters. And look at her go.
Yep.
It's a big leg for her to make it 5-5. Stay in there.
What are the averages at, Will? Because I'm willing to just bet right now that this is more OT stepping up than it is Shea like dropping down, if that makes sense.
Well, we'll see after this leg. I'll wait to it to give her the this one on the board.
We've talked about this, right? Where against the throw, they've been one type of player, and with the throw, they've been a different type of player. So it'd be interesting to see, like, on their own throw, what that average is.
Oh, that would be one to cue in.
Because I can guarantee you they're both probably right around a 5.
See if we can do it.
All right, Shea stepping up. Can put some pressure with a lot of bulls here. Again, OT would need to make a mistake, and we have yet to see that happen for her. But if you're Shea, you have to put OT in a position to make that mistake. That's exactly what she does there. Gives herself winning darts, outside shot, but still winning darts if she returns. That is a tough first start.
Yeah, that is very tough.
If Shea Cole hits 6 bulls here, this is definitely over. Like, that's how important these 3 darts are. Just as important if OT misses 2 bulls the next time she throws, if Shea doesn't hit 6. Oh, that is so close. And it's so close to being like a perfect marker, too. Yeah, look at that. She gets 5. That would have been 6 if that was one hole. That was one hole out from the 6 bulls. And now there is real pressure. And no pressure at all. What pressure? Wow. 5-5.
Impressive.
And I love the personality they're both showing here, too.
That was a 4 and a 3?
Yeah, 3, 9, 8, and a 4.0. Something like that. All right. Do we stay chalk? If so, Shea will put the pressure back on OT. But right now, the pressure's on Shea.
So I have 4.1. 4.11 to a 3.49, but it looks like I am missing a round, so I gotta find that leg that I missed. Okay, thank you.
Tracer asking, what is this a race to? Racing to 7. Yeah, best of 13. I know Justin didn't do this on purpose, but it always like floors me when I like put a comment in the chat and then someone responds to me by spelling my name SHAWN. I'm like, what? Like it's right there, like right above you. It's how to spell my name. So it's always funny when that stuff happens. And it's always autocorrect, by the way, just for the record. I get it. I mean, not Sean and Sean, but definitely the tracer thing. OT from the TO.
Big time stuff. Hammers in a big 9 and get some approval from the crowd behind her.
Will, so far, every time that the opponent has done something to put pressure on the person going first, that person has responded perfectly. And you're seeing it once again here from Shea. It's just insane. How about back-to-back 9s, Will?
Love it. These ladies are coming out and putting out their best foot forward.
Oh, they're still on.
Come on. They're on a 9.
Oh.
Knew that was going to happen.
Over to you, Shea Cole. Shea's still back in it. It might only be a 6, but it's a huge 6. And it is a huge 6. Again, fights off the pressure that Olivia puts on early just to stay not just like a little bit out in front, like way out in front. Both of these ladies have shown, if you want to know how to win legs on the throw, watch this match back. Like, they're showing you exactly how to keep pressure on their opponent when pressure is applied to them, how to just jump back over it. It has been masterful between these two ladies on how they are performing with their own throw. It might be the best I've ever seen. Ooh, OT tried to steal on a dart too, and I love that aggressiveness. Especially with how perfect Shea has been on those 20s. And I know you guys are wondering what Nick's doing in the background. I am too.
Oh, he's figuring out these averages.
This is like 3 in a row. So I just assumed that's what was happening. Love you, Nick. I just want to make sure that everyone understood that you were actually doing something.
Yeah. Somehow I guess I missed a complete leg average putting him in, but he's figuring out the equation to make it work to where we can figure out these winning average, because it should be pretty impressive to see that.
Hey, Craig from Fatality Games in the chat. I need more darts in my life. Craig's across the pond.
Don't we all?
One of the few UK soft tip players.
There's a few of them. Those bull hitter guys are getting down on the soft tip now.
I talked to them about that the other night, and just I talked to Ollie exclusively about just how much fun it is to play soft tip.
That's good that they're just spreading the word over to those UK audience that, hey, take soft tip serious, because they should. It's just as entertaining, man. I tell you,
it's almost it's just as entertaining without, and almost more entertaining when it's the higher level player, because it is about, are you going to miss or are you going to be perfect? And whereas in Steel, you're hoping for perfection out of a player, right? Like and the maths is different. And I could understand how the UK audience or UK, purist don't want the youth being taught how to do the math the wrong way, right? Like Lidler is telling them how to leave triple 15, but that is a soft tip for sure move, right, is to leave the double 15 because you're just looking at the zeros. So Luke's telling you that it's okay anyway, so you might as well just switch over to soft tip,
Just do it.
Just do it. Another dominant leg with the throw. A 200-point lead here for Shea. And she's not one to just point up 200 points, so I'm going to guess a lot of those were just triples with 2 marks on them already. Oh, did you see what Craig says?
What do you say?
As much flack as I'm going to get for this, soft tip is way more entertaining. I said it.
Ooh.
5.06 from Shea. Here we go, the penultimate leg. Will we stay chalk throughout this entire match? OT to tie it up at 6 apiece. And this is the type of scoreline that I mentioned here, Will, that could be plausible. If OT times her shots perfectly, this is the first oopsie to start off a leg, and it could be a costly oopsie. The biggest.
Yeah, good. It's an oopsie you don't want.
And Shea's not going to kill.
This could be an opening. Once
They're
again,
human.
it could be. I mean, they're both human. Yeah. You thought it was an opening for Shea, but now it just opens the door back in Olivia's favor.
And Olivia walks right through it. Big 6. Huge last 2 darts, especially after the fourth one goes into the 1 again, and you're just like, oh, God. Like, the worst nightmare is not blowing the first opportunity to take control. It's if you get another opportunity and then blow that one. That's when it becomes like worst case scenario. And OT being aggressive, just like she has been, and as she needs to continue to be, because this is the obvious strategy to use against Shea. And Shea takes control with a boom goes the dynamite 9 mark. What a time for that. Can OT hit right back?
Pulls her up to 5 on the night.
And she cannot. Shea has picked the exact right moment to pressure. And she's going to cruise. It's down the 16s. Yep. I think you got to attack the 16s here if you're OT. You got to get rid of those 2 marks. Yep. That last dart could have gone any direction that you wanted to go. I almost would have liked a 15 there.
Yeah, I mean, but this is what Shea needed right here. She needed this moment, and it's looking more promising that she's going to go ahead and get this win.
Don't switch. Switch back. You're off 1. There we go. And OT, though, the corners can still be a saving grace. We've called her a scrappy player, and I mentioned this. There's 2 different players that can take down powerhouses. It's other powerhouses, and it's scrappy players. And OT fits that bill. I always find that my favorite dart players are the ones that are the scrappiest. Another big 7 mark from OT, continuing to claw her way. She's got to hope for a Shea miss, and that's just been not happening this evening, bud.
It really hasn't. Shea's just been
big last.
Yeah, that is a big one.
Liz, we all know that you might be scrappy, but you're a powerhouse. And Shea Cole for the win. And what a perfectly timed, like, because you don't want to go to last like decider. So
No.
this could not have been timed better. And I like what she's doing. It makes perfect sense. This is make sure that you get the win. And that was her talking to Ronnie about it beforehand, right? Like that's the killer mentality that I think Ronnie put into her right then in that moment. Because I think she was like, "Can I just go for the Bulls?" And he was like, "You gotta. She's too good. OT is too talented." You saw another hat trick right there.
Yeah. Can she get it done? Double needed. Nope. She goes back to the 18s.
Okay. But it looks more and more likely, Will, that it's going to be a queen seat match. Shea Cole in her second straight queen seat will be taking on Jillian Phillips, making her first appearance to that spot. What a performance tonight for these ladies. And there it is. Shea Cole is back in the queen seat. What a performance from Olivia Terry. Can we just say that?
Yeah, I mean, she tried to stomp her foot in the ground and make it worthwhile on her throw, and unfortunately, at the end, Shea got the one that counts and took it from her, denied her access.
I mean, yeah, that's the closest match that Shea has played in the WCS. It's the most pressure she's ever been put on in the WCS at this point. It is the most that she has been pushed.
Yeah.
And we called it where like this could have been something where Shea wins 7-0 like she's done in the past to so many brilliant players, including like a Meredith McGee, right? Like brilliant players. And so for OT to not just allow anything like that to happen, but to push her the entire distance. She's going to look at 2 rounds in that last leg that she lost. 2 rounds made the whole difference. And that's how great these ladies are now. 2 rounds can win or lose you a match.
Well, we do have some averages and some facts here for you. Shea Cole, 4.43 on the night. OT, a 3.53 on the evening. But as we mentioned, I mean, it was a story of who had to start and who really put forth the effort. We got some averages overall for Shea Cole on her throw is a 4.82. Yeah, 4.83 actually with the round up. And then you go over to
let
OT.
Me ask you. Hold on, before you go over to OT. How do you win when your opponent starts with going first with a 4.83? How that's so difficult to do.
You have to put a 6 up in that against throw. It's very difficult to do. I mean, for OT, it was a 4.13 that won her the average on those legs. So yeah, I mean, when you look at those numbers, it was a whole half a mark average higher on throw for these ladies tonight. So yeah, that's the factor of the night right there.
And that's what's going to take to beat the powerhouse that is Shea Cole. Yep. If you're Jillian Phillips next week, it's the same thing. You have to time everything perfectly. And Jillian can do that. Jillian has the capabilities to stay with someone like Shea Cole, just like OT did tonight. And OT is going to want redemption. This is not the end of OT's WCS run. I can guarantee you she is at least going to work her darndest to get back to that third place match and see what happens. But an epic performance from both ladies. Hats off to both of them with a throw. Shea just a 4.83, man.
It's good, but you know what? At the same time, we're going to see it. We've seen it before. We're going to see it again. It's Shea Cole. She threw up a 4.7 in a match again. Yep. So people say, "Hey, great, this is amazing for darts and whatnot." It's the new trend. It's everything's going uphill, and it's the same for whether it's male, female darts. It doesn't matter. Darts is on the rise, and man, this is the showing that you're going to want to see, folks. CSC, WCS, Monday, Wednesday nights, folks, right here on Partners Promoting Darts and USA Darts. Sean, what do you got for us?
Well, here's your final reminder to shop the A to Z Darts June Dart of the Month for 15% off before it's gone. Well, that's like real soon, like less than a couple hours. So when you purchase a set, you'll automatically get entered into their monthly raffle too. The giveaway ends on July 1st, aka mañana. So tap the banner on their website today to get entered.
That's why you kept it till after the stream, because you know that everybody's going to flood to the website for some deals. So, yeah, go ahead and go over to AZ Darts. Enjoy those deals, folks. We're going to enjoy some more action coming your way next week from the WCS. We should have a match already queued in. Let me go ahead and take a look.
It'll be our queen seat.
Are we going to do queen seat ahead of a loser side? That's what I was wondering. I wasn't for sure, but sounds like we are. So, hey, there we go, folks. More action coming your way next week, Monday night, 8 p.m. Central, right here. Once again, Partners Promoting Darts, USA Darts. Join us if you would. From William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick DeShare in the background, Mr. Green here now. We'll see you later.